is happening, fellow fantasy GMs? I am JJ Wang. He is the bearded one, DJ Dove. And with our powers combined, we are the Fantasy Couriers.
JJ Wang, we are halfway through June for the getting closer and closer. The pro season is what, 1, 2, 3 months away, give or take. And now all that's left is a couple OTAs, a couple of guys waiting to see where they land. And then we're gonna have some fun these next couple of weeks. Before we get into that, we recorded earlier because you and your daughter were went on a trip. So before we get into the NFL stuff, tell us, how was the concert? How was the trip?
It was pretty fun. So we went to the Railbird Festival. It's in not Louisville. It's in Lexington, Kentucky. Leans more country-ish than it does anything. But the Lumineers were there. Tyler Childers were there. And honestly, I feel like the biggest artist there was probably Ella Langley. I feel like that's what everybody was kind of like hyped to see. And while she was there, it was the biggest crowd of the weekend. Everybody was packed into the infield, and it was just like, it was like 40,000 people there, I guess, maybe, if they were all kind of like just they're focused there on her. So I mean, it was really fun.
Camping?
No, it wasn't camping. It was they held it out. They held it at like a fairground, they do like harness racing there. So it's like they call it the Red Mile. So I mean, it's a pretty big infield. They had 3 stages. My favorite of the weekend was probably Robert Earl Keen. I don't know if you know much about him, but I'm a big fan of him. He's getting older, so I was glad to see him. I think my favorite of the weekend, honestly, was a band called Houndmouth. I don't know if you've heard about them. I think their most popular song is called Sedona. But they got a bunch. I thought they put on a really good show, so check them out. I think they're like a rock band. I think they're really, really good. So
Houndmouth, interesting. Yeah, took my boy to a concert for a church guy named Forrest Frank on Friday. Yeah. We were over at Jiffy Lube over here in Northern Virginia, and the sky opened up. We were just there was nowhere to go. That we're in the stadium and we're parked about a mile out, and they're like, lightning was seen on the horizon. Everybody, please walk back to your car and wait for social media notifications when the concert will continue. And we're sitting there like, lightning is coming. We're a mile away. I'm just gonna hold a metal rod and stand in the middle of the field. It's like worst rain plan ever. So we didn't leave because we wouldn't have made it. We found some covering. And then they're like, oh, this covering's not good enough. Move to this next place. It's in the middle of driving rain. So we walk down the hill to another place. Oh, this covering is outside the bathroom. You're dry. You're not getting wet, but it's not good enough. So we started walking in. You can go into the undercover. And we were just soaking wet. It was a fun show, though. Like, tons of people there. We just put on a good, fun show. We went with I actually got free tickets from my buddy Camden. He hooked me up. I was like, wow. Because scalpers are just ruining concerts in America.
Well, I mean, concerts in America in general are just out of control. I mean, it's hard, man. I mean, these things. I mean, these things are really, really expensive. I mean, we're talking like $18 cheese fries. I mean,
that's the location. Yeah. I don't buy anything there.
I mean, that's not necessary. But I mean, overall, good time. Ours was really, really hot.
Yeah, we walked in. We could take in a gallon of water. So 3 of us are carrying in gallon jugs, like those little gallon, like Walmart handled waters that I kept in the freezer. And then it wasn't that hot because it rained on us. But fun time, concerts going up. But yeah, you said Hound. What was that band again?
Houndmouth. Yeah,
I have to look them up. I wrote them down in the play notes. So I got them.
Yeah, I've been a big fan. I was a fan before this, but this was like one of the selling points to make me willing to spend that amount of money, to go do something like this. Plus, I was able to take my daughter. She was roughing it out. She wasn't really a big fan of a lot of the bands, but she really wasn't happy until about 6, 7 o'clock when like the bigger known bands start coming out in the heat and it's not, 90 degrees in the blistering sun. But it was fun to have her out there too.
I mean, festivals are the way to go. You get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and bound to like somebody. So You all probably aren't here to listen to all of our festival music notes. This is a fantasy football show, so we'll jump in. We're going to do something different for the next little bit. But before we jump in, I want to ask your thoughts. It happened like literally a day after we did our double recording for your trip. A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots. I mean, we knew that was going to happen. So A.J. Brown to the Patriots affects Drake May, affects A.J. Brown, affects the running game, affects Hunter Henry, affects Romeo Dobbs, maybe. What does this do for you as far as any of these characters in the New England Patriots? Your favorite team
I
in the
think it
world?
helps everybody out. I mean, I think AJ Brown's better than what they had. I know he's older. He's eventually going to start slowing down, but I still think he's better than any number one receiver they had. And he still commands that kind of respect when he's out there. And Drake May's a better passing quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Drake May likes to throw it deep. AJ Brown likes to go deep. So I mean, it sounds like a match made in heaven. Opens up the run game. Hunter Henry opened up underneath. I think it just helps out everybody overall, and it moves Romeo Dobbs to like a number 2 where he should be. I mean, that's perfect for him. So
maybe it helps him. Maybe that gets Dobbs to that
I mean, I think that continues to make
6-7 touchdown threshold.
I think it'll make Dobbs relevant because he'll be getting secondary coverage. So yeah, I mean, it works for me.
Makes that team better.
I'm not a huge AJ Brown fan, but I think it still works.
It's funny. I've never been a huge AJ Brown fan. I've got him on numerous teams, and you look back, he still puts up decent numbers over the years. Yeah, but it doesn't feel like that. Sometimes it feels like, wow, he's great, and other times it's like, dude, I'm trudging along, struggling through AJ Brown mess. He's reading a book, and I can't get points. It's really.
I feel like he's always managed to be like a top 10 receiver. So I mean, that's what he's on your team for. It might not look pretty throughout the season, but overall, his numbers still managed to be really good. He missed some games last year. I mean, he was hard to use last year, but I mean, eventually he got it going. He had a stretch of games where it was really good. So I think with Drake May at the helm, I think it'll work out, man.
I mean, he had some solid target shares. Like, it was great. Last week 9, 11 targets, then 10, 12, 13, 2. 2 against the Raiders, because they just obliterated the Raiders. 12-7. So it's hoping that if you can get that double digit targets, it's going to be pretty money for both.
I mean, I think they'll be throwing to him that much in New England. I mean, I think they're going to give him the ball a lot. Why not?
Yeah. So a lot of things we're just waiting on. What's going to happen with certain guys? We're still waiting on to see if anything happens to Rashee Rice until further notice. I mean, I think he's a guy we're looking at as a fringe wide receiver 1. You're going to get him for a wide receiver 2 value going up. I don't think has anybody else done anything stupid recently that's fantasy relevant. James Harden walked in somewhere. That's basketball. Congratulations to the New York Knickerbockers.
To the Knicks. Yes, I'm still surprised it went that way. I ultimately thought the Spurs would win. And the Knicks, I mean, I was rooting for the Knicks. I started rooting for the Knicks, but yeah, kudos to them. I didn't think they could do it. Jalen Brunson's legit.
Yeah, I never root for New York teams, but I had this little soft spot. I didn't watch any of the games because until LeBron retires, I'm not watching basketball. But I wanted to see the Knickerbockers win. I'm like, hey, they've been 1973 is a long time, so I guess next will be the Wizards because they should be next up on there. But yeah, okay. Anyway, that's not football again. We're tangenting like champs. But we are also going to talk about quarterbacks today. In August we will do our personal top 10s. JJ, well, I'll do my top players. He'll do his tier rankings that we will have available for you. But we're going to spend the next couple of weeks looking at creating a fantasy Couriers top 10 players. So we'll do quarterbacks, running backs, receiver, tight ends ish as it leads into June, July. We'll have a couple shows leading in, and then we'll do our player shows, which almost will get us to the season along with bold predictions. But this will keep on feeding with our top guys that we discussed. If you want to check out the last 3 weeks, and while you're there, go check out Alpha Clash. Hook up our brothers at Alpha Clash as we're going on. But JJ Wang, tell the audience what we are doing this week as we're getting into quarterbacks.
Yes, I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out. But we're just going to go through the top 10. I mean, I've got players who I think should be in certain places. You got players who should who you think should be in certain places. So we're just going to walk down through them. We're just going to consensus. We're going to talk each other into making this player number 3, this player number 4. Maybe have to give a little bit here, to take a little bit there. Just conversation style, and just see where we end up. And if I feel emotionally about a certain player, and I think they should be higher than they need to be, I mean, you have the ability to be like, look, let's be real. I mean, he doesn't really need to be there, and you can kind of veto that kind of position. You can't do it every time, but it just gives you, in case we're like really, really far apart on a certain player. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I think the real mess will come after the top two. I think the top 2 were pretty much consistently together on.
Yeah,
and then we'll see where we get.
Because I've been really torn over the last couple of weeks about that next group of quarterbacks. And I think I need to like talk myself through it to see how I really feel about it. Because I realize as I'm getting older, like the more I talk a situation out, I mean, it makes me feel a different way about it. Because if I don't talk situations out, I just usually make the most random, dumbest decision without thinking through the consequences. It's usually how it goes. Doesn't usually ends terribly for me. That's what I'm saying. So maybe if I can like talk it out, maybe get through that initial feeling, I might be better.
Yeah, I'm hoping we're going to be you're going to notice next week's show we're going to be exactly the same, because we're recording a double today, because I'm going to celebrate 20 years of marriage with my wife down in Pigeon Forge over the next couple of weeks. So I won't be in town, and that's where I'll spend my time, just like he spent time with your daughter. I'll spend time with my wife this week, the important people in our life. But during that time, I'm hoping like during some of the quiet times, our goal is to relax. I'll have my rankings up and on the website and Fantasy Pros. And Corey said our new website should be coming soon. I'll be pulling his teeth to get him in August for you guys. So mine will be on Fantasy Pros for you, because I can type them and upload them real quickly in there. So that's sort of my goal to get up. This is about this time of year. I don't do them. Some guys do their rankings in like March and then change everything. I was like, heck with that. I want to get to June when I'm done teaching, which helps schools up. Woo! Finally. But I can work on that. So, but before we do it, one quick note. If anybody's interested in joining a fantasy dynasty league, they told us to put it on here. We had a guy drop out of a dynasty league. His team is not good. It's a dynasty team. Buy-in's not amazingly, incredibly high. His main player is Ashton Genty. We're giving you a free year to join and a little bit more money into it's an auction rookie draft. So if interested, hit us up on socials. Hit us up. Most people that listen know us. So hit us up. We got to go out. We need one more spot to fill this league. Draft was supposed to be this weekend and done right now, but it's going to be pushed back to July just so we can get in, because he dropped, 5 days before the draft to make life easier. You're killing me, Smalls. He could have stayed in, but if you really would like a challenge, it's really what it comes down to. That's why we're giving you a free year just to get your feet in. And some of the things are like, I got a league where that's happening and I'm just grinding. If you grind, you can get through it. It might take a year to grind to get in, but then trade your assets and grow with the team. It's kind of a conquering challenge eventually, hopefully. So if you're interested, hit us up. So let's jump into the quarterbacks. Are we in consensus? I know it's gotten thinner. Josh Allen's number 1 quarterback in the world.
I think it's Josh Allen is the number 1 guy. I think he's earned it.
And what we talked about it a couple weeks ago, that the line is thinner. So we know number 2. I think we're both consensus that it's Drake May.
Yes.
You want Drake May for 1 in your heart, but your brain says Josh Allen. What is the difference that puts? I mean, Drake May's younger. He'll have yardage. Is it just Josh Allen's just giant body going over the line into the end zone? Is that the difference?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, to be quite honest, I think at this stage of my life, I would I think I want to go Drake May. I really, really do. But I think it's going to be really, really close. But I think as a consensus thing, I think the smart move is Josh Allen, because he always finishes as the guy. So the smart move is Josh Allen.
I mean, Josh Allen does. I mean, I'm not a DJ Moore guy, but I think having DJ Moore is better than pretty much anything he's had since Stephon Diggs.
I think it helps. As long as he's continuing to rush for touchdowns, I mean, we're good. I mean, until that day doesn't happen, until there's a season where that doesn't happen, then we can talk.
Yeah, I think it's the big body thing. James Cook still had a bajillion touchdowns the last couple of years, and Josh Allen still had a bajillion touchdowns. I mean, Josh Allen is essentially what Jalen Hurts, who can throw.
Yeah.
Is that's the line between those two guys, and Drake May is Josh Allen. He gets more yardage per se. He's quicker, but he's not. They're not stupid. He's not a horse like Josh Allen that they're not going to throw him right over top to score because he'll get murdered eventually.
Yeah, but I think ultimately Drake May is an overall better thrower of the football than Josh Allen is. He might not have the high and capable ability of Josh Allen, but he does have it. But I think he might not. But I think as an overall thrower, he might be better than Josh Allen. So I think it might equal out. I just love Drake May, man.
It's intriguing. I'm wrong on my stuff. I mean, Drake Allen ran for 130 more yards, give or take, than Josh Allen, and then Drake May threw for almost 700 yards more than Josh Allen. So
that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I think Drake May could just throw the crap out of the ball. So and I think with AJ Brown, that's only got to help. I think if it's even like 85% of what AJ Brown was in the past, it's still better than what they had. So yeah, I think one is Josh Allen. Drake May, as of right now, is number 2.
And it's going to be interesting when Josh Allen hits that cliff. He'll drop from like 1 to almost where what Mahomes is, because we're talking fantasy, not like NFL. Like do I think in the NFL, I still think, and not we're going to see this in the first part. Patrick Mahomes to me is the best player in the NFL. That's on offense, as far most valuable player in the NFL on offense. Because I still think Myles Garrett going to the Rams, like that Rams team. That's unfair. Like you already know who I'm picking. Like I'm picking them again. That's like the 3rd out of 5 years. But I don't know how you don't pick the Rams. That team is gross. Did that trade happen? That trade happened right before our last episode, I believe. But it doesn't affect. It affects fantasy. The NFC West. Good luck, dude. But that's just crazy. But yeah, I think. But that Josh Allen, that it'll pop him down to where Mahomes is like Fantasy Pros 13 currently. So I think that's what happens once he has to just game manage and have the other guys carry him, and then Drake May can go up. And in the NFL, we're now getting into guys that we got to decide between running guys and some of the passers. Because an NFL quarterback, is Joe Burrow the most valuable quarterback? Or is it Lamar? I mean, we're at the Joe Burrow, Lamar kind of range, right? Or do you throw someone else in at 3?
This is where it is extremely difficult for me, because I got 4 guys here, and it's your train of thought of how you want to deal with this, and I can understand both of them. I totally agree. So I need to talk myself through this. So of course, like you said, you got Burrow and Lamar, both well deserved to be here. But then I want to throw in Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, because oh my goodness, because Jaden Daniels had a fantastic rookie season, super efficient. I don't think that can transfer over to multiple seasons, but he did show that he could be an elite type quarterback. I think the efficiency would drop a lot, but I think with his running ability, I still think that keeps him high in the rankings. And then Caleb Williams, I just love Caleb. I just love Caleb Williams. I think he's just a step below Drake May at this point. So I think he deserves to be in this top 4 here. Am I crazy for that, or is it like a clear Burrow, Lamar, and then these 2 guys, or are you interested in these guys above them?
I've got another guy in this bunch for me.
Okay, let's hear it.
That's Justin Herbert.
Okay.
I think Justin Herbert. I think that Chargers team we could have an all LA Super Bowl. I think the Chargers are going to surprise people. I think that adding my boy Mike, I call him Josh all the time now, Mike McDaniels to the offense, that offense is going to blow up. I've been trying to get a Marion Hampton everywhere, and I had some trades where I was way overpaying, and they just were like, And then I got a little greedy and lost the trade. But I think Herbert is going to rebound. He's going to be in form. Okay. So we get the point at this point is we got to decide the legs versus I mean, Herbert and Burrow to be up here in this echelon, they've got to throw for high 4,000 yards.
Okay, so I do like where you're going here. I am willing to throw Herbert in this mix. Now he hasn't been what we thought he would be over the last. If he did have that QB2 in his second season, but other than that, he's just been like number 10, 11, 12, 15, something in that range. So he's just been like a bottom end guy. We've all been waiting for him to take that next step. He just hasn't taken it. But we're like this. We all feel like maybe this could be the year. So I mean, if we're putting Caleb Williams in there and Jaden Daniels in that position on just the little bit that they've done, I mean, I think it would be okay to put Herbert in that group. But is he at the bottom of that group, or are you expecting like a monster season?
Herbert is capable of Burrow numbers.
Okay,
but I think it's down to 3 guys because Jaden Daniels is still in the prove it. Like Jaden Daniels, we say he can't copy that. Jaden Daniels is Lamar Jackson, younger Lamar Jackson as far as what he does. Runs, his passing is good. Okay, Lamar's passing has evolved, and that's what his is going to have to do. But I think really we're looking at Burrow, Lamar, and Caleb at this point for number 3.
Okay. All right.
Jaden could be there. His legs could get him there, but I don't think the consistency. Like he's, and you notice we're going to make some people mad. We're totally ignoring Jalen Hurts. So your brother-in-law is going to be yelling at us. He might not be top 10 for me. I'll be honest. He's going to be right there.
Consideration for me at this point.
He might not make this list in my world, but we're going to find out soon enough where we end up. But to me, it's Burrow, Lamar, Caleb. You got Burrow, and for Burrow to be 3. You need almost 5,000 yards. Is that possible?
That means he's got to play every game.
Key, got to play every game.
His receivers are going to have to play every game. T. Higgins needs to play a full season. We need these guys. We need this offense to be ticking, at 100% here. I think for that to happen. So I mean, if that happens, sure, I think it's possible.
Plus, it's he's on this from 22 on. He was number 4, 25, 3, 29. This year, 3 is ready. So, but they've got a power offense there. Receivers are good. They're 3. Their lunch pail receivers are decent guys that they got that can fill in that 3. They're not going to use them, but T and Chase can murder it. Chase Brown is looking spectacular. They got P. Ryan still coming out of the backfield for some receptions. That offense is great. Lamar, they're installing that new system that supposedly is going to let him pass some more. They're what might move him down. I love Lamar. Like Lamar currently is number 2 fantasy pros, but when you read reports, it's like, what are they doing with Lamar's running? And that's the answer they're giving. So we don't know if Lamar doesn't run. Lamar is going to drop. And we got to hope his passing efficiency goes in there with the runs, because why would you run Lamar when basically you're trying to just wear out what you got left in King Henry before you move on and keep Lamar healthy for the playoffs, but trying to keep Henry healthy too. And then Caleb, he's sort of those 2 guys combined, and it's a matter of where's his passing ceiling going to go and where's his are we going to see the rushing? Like last year, we got 388 rushing. So nothing spectacular. May had more, Allen had more, but we saw glimpses, and he threw for almost 4,000 yards. And so is he taking that next step this year with Burden and Adunze, young receivers who we have hope on as well? So there's giant question marks here that these 3 guys are probably, I'm guessing in your world, your next tier.
Yeah, and I will be honest with you. I think I'm going to put Caleb Williams at number 3. I'm not sure if it's the logical move, but I think the progression is still going up. So he finished as number 5 last year. It had more consistency. It wouldn't surprise me if he was 3, maybe 2. Who knows? So yeah, I think I could be talked out of it, sure, but as of right now, I think I've got it: Caleb, Burrow, and Lamar. What do you think?
I think we are tracking one thing. I'm with you on Burrow at 4.
Okay. Still got Lamar?
Burrow at 4. Like, I feel like splitting between Caleb and Lamar there, because Burrow, I can see Burrow especially now he plays the Browns twice without Myles Garrett. Right there is 2,000 yards this season. So not really, but I mean that opens up. He doesn't have that worry. They did get that young player in there who was offensive first round pick and defensive rookie of the year, but he's not Myles Garrett. He's even stated that. Brain fart on his name, but
Jared Verse, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. So he's still a decent player, but he's still not the best defensive player. And by the way, if Darnold comes out of retirement, come on, man,
that'd be awesome.
That'd be so cool. But anyway, so I like Burrow setting it for it. Just feels right for him with his 45 to 5,000 yards and probably 35-ish to 40 touchdowns, which throws him at 4. Now, Lamar and Caleb were splitting hairs here. My Lamar thing is, to me, they're very similar players. So they both have that running ability. They both are going to throw, and it sounds like Lamar is going to throw more. And I almost want to say Lamar just so that we have some sort of a discussion versus us agreeing on the top 3 and top 4 is sort of where I'm at. And it's the devil you know or the devil you hope for, right? We know that Lamar can be 3. I just had it pulled up and I closed it down. But
Lamar's the guy. I'm not arguing. I mean, he's the man.
That he has been 1, 4, and 1 in his life, but he's also been 20, 14, 15, 10, and 29. Sure. So it's what are we getting in the new system? We don't know what this mentor system is going to carry. What are they? No, mentor system. Yeah, that's them, right? Who's the coach of the Ravens? Is Mike Mentor the coach of the Ravens?
Oh, I have no idea.
The new system coming in.
Sure.
I'm having a Sunday. I was just out in the sun. But yeah, Jesse Mentor. There we go. Jesse Mentor is the coach of the Ravens. Like, what are they going to do? There's that big question mark. And then Caleb, we're doing it based upon he had a good year. Is he going to have a great year? Like, number 3 still has to be a great quarterback.
So are you putting Lamar at 3?
Almost for the sake of argument, and then I'll be able to be argued into Caleb. So I'll go Lamar, Burrow, Caleb.
So does that make Burrow our number 3 guy, right?
Does that make Burrow our 3 guy?
Yeah, because Burrow's never finished. I mean, if you average it out, Burrow would have a higher average of a 3 and a 5, right? That's 4.5. Burrow would average out at 4, correct?
I could throw Burrow in at 3. I could if we go there.
So we know what mine is and what yours is. So if we're just averaging out the numbers, that would have Burrow at number 3. And now we're discussing Lamar and Caleb. I mean, I can fully agree putting Lamar at 4 just because it's Lamar. I mean, he always does it. But I just think there's a better chance of Caleb not having like a QB 15 season, of not having that, than like Lamar not having like a QB 15 season. Does that make sense? I think maybe injury, however that goes. But just for being Lamar, I can totally agree putting Lamar at 4 and then putting Caleb at 5 just so I could be like, I told you so.
Well, it's funny because I just typed in our list. I put Caleb at 4 and Lamar at 5.
I mean, that's fine too. Caleb at 4 would be, ideal for me because I think that's right there where, he should. That's right there where he should be.
And because for me, I'm looking. It was like my trade-off. If I get Burrow to 3, because I just think Burrow's. And I got a guy who I'm going to throw in who's way off the rankings here in a moment anyway, that I think should be a top 10. And I don't know why he's not being drafted top 10. But putting Burrow, I just think getting a pure passing quarterback there with the numbers he'll put up, put him at 3. And I think 4 and 5 to me are the same guy.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you can go either way. I think this is just, who you like better. I mean, so like I said, I thought I'm a bigger Caleb Williams fan. So that would go Caleb. So we go Williams, Lamar. Does that put Justin Herbert at 6? Is that what we agree upon?
Are you willing to push Jay? Like, I'm really, I'm fading Jaden in my brain a lot. Like, I really am.
Oh, I forgot about Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I'm fading Jaden Daniels more than I probably should, and I might regret it later.
Okay, I can go. How far? I'm fine with Justin Herbert right here in this position for now. But how far are you pushing Jaden Daniels down?
So we're looking at Herbert, because to me Herbert is like affordable Burrow, right?
Okay.
So Allen and May are going to go 3rd, 4th rounds in most drafts, right? You're looking probably Caleb, Lamar, 5th, 6th rounds. You're looking at Herbert 8th round. Would you rather have Burrow in the 5th, 4th round or Herbert in the 8th round? That's where that's why I like him in there.
That's fine.
Jaden Daniels is your lottery ticket Lamar, right? So we're looking Jaden Daniels. So let's look. We got like 4 guys to put into the spot. So who are basically just, if we name 4 guys you're looking at. So we got Jaden Daniels. Is Jalen Hurts even in our top 10?
I don't think so.
Because tentatively,
I don't
runs.
like. I don't want to talk about Jalen Hurts right now. Does that make? That's all I'm saying. He's not in my conversation yet.
Jackson Dart.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, the guy that I like that should be up here, and I don't know why, is 87-year-old Matt Stafford. Quarterback 3 last year. Matt Stafford's going to be a very poor man's Burrow because everybody's going to go, he's 39. Nothing has changed. The team has gotten better. He's coming into the season 100% healthy. They gave him another young tight end. So he's got like 80,000 tight ends to throw to because they're going to run that, what is it called, 13. So they run 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Kyron's there. Blake Corum's there. Their line is going to be fine. So why can't he repeat his QB3 year? So talk about, he's like Timu Joe Burrow.
So I don't even know if he's Timu Joe Burrow. I mean, it's
with what you're going to pay for him. You're going to buy Timu, and you're going to get that Pokemon card that's worth $1,000.
So I've got nothing wrong with Matt Stafford. I think Matt Stafford is going to be excellent. But I think Matthew Stafford is just one of those guys that gets drafted a little later, but we all
he will 100%. Doesn't mean he's not top 10.
No, you're right. He's going to be finished a little higher. So when I'm looking at this ranking for me right now, I'm looking at it. How would I draft it going into the season? And I don't think I'm drafting Matthew Stafford right now. So that's my. But I'm not saying he won't finish here. I mean, I think he'll definitely. He definitely has an opportunity. I mean, because we would always draft Kirk Cousins. I'm not comparing Kirk Cousins to Matthew.
Yeah. Well, Kirk Cousins is like QB 15.
I think, like, even if I'm in a dynasty league and I need a quarterback, I'm trying to win, and I just need a quarterback, even for 1 year. And I'm all in here. Sure, I would try to go get Matthew Stafford because I'm confident in putting him up here. So, I mean, if you're looking at it in that sense, I mean, you can still look at it as a dynasty value because you're paying to win a championship. So, you know what? I'll give you this one, I guess. That's short.
Because my thoughts are, as I'm looking here, it's like, obviously, I'm probably drafting Jaden Daniels up here before Herbert, right? Because of the promise. Like, sometimes you draft in the 5, 6 rounds based upon what you can. Because Jaden Daniels' ceiling is infinite.
I got
my brain's like, who do I think could be the top 10?
I got you. I can see because I was thinking I'm looking at this from like more of like the dynasty standpoint, but you can still look.
Oh, dynasty Stafford's like.
But even then, as a dynasty asset, I mean, he can still be valued this high because if you're the right team and you need a quarterback that's not overly expensive and that's going to put up some big yards, I think Matthew Stafford could be that guy. So even from like a dynasty asset, I think you could still put him here just for that. He could be the guy that could give you like a top 5 quarterback finish. So sure, we'll see who else do we got here? So what are the options right now?
So we're looking T-Law, Jackson Dart, Nix, Purdy, Mahomes. That's a little high. We don't know the health of him. Stafford. I mean, Love's way down there. Your boy Tyler Shucks.
I think that's about. So I still think Jaden Daniels should be in this area. If if not at the top, but I think Bo Nix has done enough to like possibly warrant in this position.
What about Jackson Dart, who's thrown to the 2019 New York Giants wide receiver core?
I'm just not confident in Jackson Dart.
He said Odell and all these.
He was exciting. I mean, I am interested a little bit. I'm not saying I'm not, but I think Bo Nix would be a better pick than Jackson Dart. I don't know Bo Nix will be better than what he was last season. But that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine with me. I mean, he's done more than pretty much any of these other guys. He's done more than Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my gosh, you're making my day. You're telling me that you like Bo Nix at 8, man.
No, no, no,
That's
no, no. You know what? I think it's possible. I mean, he's been consistent. I think the Broncos take a step back, but I think his numbers are going to be just as good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I must be a little higher on T-Law than you are looking there. I love my boy Bo Nix, and all they did was add Waddle, add a young pass catching running back.
Yeah, I mean,
they've added weapons, and
I like T-Law, but I mean, I've been waiting so long, waiting for him to make that step, and he finally had a good season. He finally had a good season, and I'm like, okay, could this be it? But in the back of my head, I'm like, maybe it's just like kind of a fluke, and we go back to the old T-Law. I need like another season before I can like fully buy in. At least Nix has put in, back to back, solid seasons, better than anything kind of like T-Law has done in consecutive seasons, or better than what Jaden Daniels has done in consecutive. But I do think the ceiling is a little high. Is definitely higher with Jaden Daniels.
The Knicks and I think Jaden Daniels at 7 just for ceiling is where I would put him. And I mean, realistically, if I was drafting Jaden Daniels, I'm probably drafting him above Herbert. Just because I just think that although I think Herbert's going to go bunker balls, I think Jaden Daniels, just the ceiling is still more with those legs. And the Knicks and T-Law, the difference is Trevor Lawrence ran for 5 touchdowns more last year. That is as very close to stats here or there, but that is the difference between Knicks was QB 7, T-Law was QB 4, I believe. Yeah, so that's the hairs we were splitting is a couple hundred yards and a couple interceptions. But those 5 touchdowns, just that. So that's where they would be that close. And Jalen Hurts, I mean, we are poo-pooing Hurts, but Jalen Hurts last year still ran he was still the QB 9. And it was a down year, 25 touchdowns.
So we got Herbert at 7, right?
I had him at 6.
Herbert at 6. So at number 7, did we say Daniels?
Jaden Daniels.
Okay. So then I think Bo Nix is 8. Is that?
Oh, I'll throw that in.
Who did you have at 8? You had Trevor Lawrence?
Nix and T-Law to me would probably be tiered. So I'll go with the youth over the guy that makes us mad.
Okay.
And then T-Law at 9.
T-Law at 9. So who's after? So T-Law would be T-Law, Jalen Hurts, probably Brock Purdy.
Well, yeah, Hurts, Purdy, Dart, and then I threw in Stafford.
And we still got Patrick Mahomes. You know what? Let's put Stafford at 10. Is that where we're at, or we're at 9?
Yeah, that's where we're at. That'll close us out, and then I'll have a question for you for us to close out.
Okay.
So if you're riding my ride, so more or less it looks like we went runner, pocket passer, runner, pocket passer, runner, pocket passer. So we there's a consistency there because the pocket passers need so much in fantasy. It's hard to go like this is a great quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, I still think is the best player in football, but it's because he's a leadership role in his team, which is different than what you're going to get from like Trevor Lawrence, great leadership on his team, but he's going to if he runs for 9 touchdowns, which is very possible because they got their number 1 running back is Bashan Tootin. So T-Law I almost want to put T-Law higher. That might change.
No, we can put T-Law we can put him at 8. You want to put him at 8?
It makes me sick. You know how much I love Bo Nix.
I mean, how high do you want to go with Trevor? How high are you on Trevor Lawrence here?
I'll be honest. Trevor Lawrence could, if he ran for 9 touchdowns last year with ETN.
Okay, let's see what we go. Okay.
Now he's got nobody. Bashan Tootin, come on. He's a Virginia Tech running back. What do we know about them? They suck in the NFL. Let's be honest here. Name a good, they all come in, you're like, oh, this guy's good rookie year. So by the end of the year, we could be talking about this kid out of UVA. Miller, I believe is his last name. Got him in the 7th round. He could be the starting running back. We could be talking about Chris freaking Rodriguez, who's probably gonna get the touchdowns. But we're talking about a bunch of jobbers in the backfield. So Trevor Lawrence could get those 9 touchdowns, which is why he was QB4 last year. So I love Bo Nix. Bo Nix is my boy. Sean Payton's my boy. If I didn't have too many Dolphins clothes, I'd probably wear Broncos clothes because I love those guys. But
or would you put T-Law at number 7?
I'd be very close because I'm scared of Daniels. But
I can. You know what? I am also scared of Daniels as well.
You're letting me T-Law at 7?
I think we can like selling me on T-Law isn't hard. It's not. I mean, it's very easy.
I just think I think it's clicked. I think because the coach, what's his name? The coach.
So you're telling me it's clicked and T-Law is that guy. That's what you're telling me.
T-Law is the number 7 guy.
All right, let's do it.
So, I mean, because we're looking at Liam Cohen. All Liam Cohen does is make guys better. Okay. And he made Trevor Lawrence there. So we got Trevor Lawrence up to 7. How did that happen?
How do you feel about Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix?
I got Daniels above. I still think the ceiling makes me think they could get there. And I love Bo Nix. Bo Nix, like, if it was my favorite guys, my goodness, Bo Nix would be like number 2 or something, you know, like I just wouldn't want to I'd put Bo Nix 1. I don't know.
Stafford was our number 10.
Stafford was our 10.
All right, who's your first guy out?
So are we first guy out? So would that be like a guy that we think could jump onto this list somewhere? Is that where we're looking at with these guys?
I don't know. Just who you think is going to be the number 11? Or if you want to put if you want to be like, I think this guy has a shot. Who is it? Yeah, sure.
I mean, I think this is like the brazen guy that we think, hey, this guy could be in here, and you don't have to pay a premium for him to get in here. And I'm pretty sure my guy, I know who your guy is, so I'm going to take a different guy. I'm going to say Kyler Murray.
Oh,
I know, exactly. And that's why I say Kyler Murray, because you're going to get him round 16, round 17. If you're in a 1 quarterback league, he might be on waivers. Kyler Murray is throwing to arguably, not because you can't say it now, but Justin Jefferson could be the best receiver in football. He had a bad year. Until last year, it was Lamar. It was him or Chase, Jefferson or Chase. All of a sudden, he's getting thrown to by a guy who didn't throw the ball in college that got drafted way too much. Kyler Murray can run. Kyler Murray's throwing to one of the top 3, 4, 5 receivers in football. The running back core didn't change. They got older, so they'll be there. Okay, fine enough. Jordan Addison's underrated. You know, he's a number 2. What will he do? Will he ever live up? But Kyler Murray, with his legs, could sneak into this discussion. It's gross. It's very gross. I'm gambling on him in some leagues, but that grossness is what could. I mean, I can't say Malik Willis because you'll puke, but it's that leg. The legs are fantasy. We're not talking about pros. Now, is Kyler Murray like where he's the number 17 quarterback on Fantasy Pros? Is he number 17 in the league? Probably about there. But Kyler Murray, I think, could surprise us.
Yeah, I do think it is. I think it is possible. I mean, he can like scramble around and throw to Justin Jefferson. I think. They could do that. They could do that all day long. But yeah, I mean, it is gross. I mean, I could definitely see Kyler like running and not like at the end of the game needing to run and just like scramble around, end up with like 80 yards and something crazy. So I mean, yeah, it's not pretty, but I can definitely see that.
Let's talk about your boy some more.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't. Are you referring to Tyler Shuck? Is that who you're referring to?
I am referring to Tyler Shuck.
I mean, I don't know I would love to say he finishes this high, and I think it's very possible. I don't know to say very possible. I don't know if that's the correct word. But I think
it's probable is probably the word.
I mean, I think that offense is pretty good. I think it got better. Mm-hmm. They got the same coaching staff. They added to the run game, so I think that helps out too. But like I said, did I just fall for another second half of the season type guy, and he just totally blows it? But Alex, I don't know how high he can finish. Do I like him? Sure, I do like Tyler Shuck, but I don't really know what his ceiling is. I think he could be Brock Purdy, right?
So who's the guy? Who's your guy that you think could just sort of be like, that guy could be 10?
10 or 11?
He could leak in. Who's the guy that could like? I'm more like a surprise guy.
He could be the last QB. I mean, I think maybe Dak Prescott probably would be, probably fit into that 11 or 12 spot. Because I mean, his receiving weapons are insane. So,
and nobody wants him. Like Dak Prescott, where the heck is he?
So I think if I was looking for a QB to finish like 11th or 12th, I'd say Dak Prescott probably finishes 11th or 12th.
And I'll be 1,000% honest. Like when I'm drafting guys like Prescott, Murray. I mean, Stafford's falling down. Shuck, Stroud's way on. Like right now, he pooped. He had that last game, which is making everything sour. David Montgomery, he's like he could be a surprise guy this year. We'll talk about that later in the season. But there's guys here that I'd be fine if I didn't have any of these top 10 guys. I mean, I'll get Stafford because he's like being drafted way late, so why not? But so you said Dak. Okay, so here we go as we close out this week. Our top 10 guys, as we discussed into, the number is Allen, number 2 is May, 3 is Burrow, 4 is Caleb, 5 is Lamar, 6 is Herbert, 7 is Lawrence, 8 is Daniels. That's going to make some people mad. 9 is Nix, 10 is Stafford, and our honorable mention / surprise guy that could sneak in here would be Murray on my side and Dak on JJ Wang's side. So take them as you want. See what you got to do. Share your disagreements or agreements with us. And JJ Wang, close us out of this.
Words of wisdom. So I haven't been focused on American football lately. Of course, it is the World Football Time, World Cup. USA had a fantastic – did you watch the game? It had a fantastic finish. They scored 4 goals. I think it's the most they've ever scored in a World Cup game. They got a
1930.
They got a legit scorer up top that can make plays. It looked like the first half looked really, really good. Second half, not so much. But they started benching guys too. But so I'm not fully in yet because I know it's USA Soccer, but it was a great way to start. So let's go. As always, trust yourself and trust the process.